So this is our second episode of our travels so far around Australia. So almost a month in. I thought we'd just highlight what's been happening, where we've been, what we've been doing, and sort of just our feelings along the road.
Let's share the journey moving our way to the South Australia border.
We also wanted to just touch our adaptation of how we've gone from the matrix, which we call reality, so working from the 9 to 5 normal life in comparison to living on the road. We'll go through that as well, how it's making us feel and how we've sort of had to adapt.
The biggest change is definitely changing from a nurse being on call most of the time to not being worried about any phone calls. Yeah. When you're on call, you expect your hospital to call you in when there are emergency surgeries, and now I can literally ignore my phone all day without worrying about anything, like someone calling me or...
You're still getting the phone calls, but it's scammers that are calling now. The scammers want the on-call.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's totally different having to get up to go to work versus living life on the road where you get up and you go for a hike, or you're chasing sunrises. You get up, have a nice big breakfast in the morning and just take your time. You can be lazy, or you can effectively be like, regimen in regards to getting up early and going into a town to explore something before everybody gets there. So you've got that flexibility. That also comes into play as well when we're traveling around and driving too. So, we'll sort of not drive in peak times. We'll drive when we feel like it. We'll drive 1-2 hours a day. That seems to be a really good balance to get to the destinations we want to get to. Adaptation took a little while to get used to the matrix life versus this life. But yeah, it's definitely a welcome change for us.
Yes. Another thing I want to add is because we work as the shift workers, we don't usually see sunsets when...
Yeah, that only
especially when it's not summertime, is it?
Yeah, in Tasmania, you go to work dark and then you finish work dark. So
yeah, so a dream come true. Yeah. Like you can literally go to see every sunset every day. I love spending time with our fur babies. I just miss them so much at work now. I can spend every single second with them.
Absolutely. And just treasure every moment with them.
Yeah, they have good dogs.
Yeah, they're very self-efficient. We get a lot of comments like, oh wow, they're really good dogs.
They're chill.
They come back, they relax. Every now and then Rob will go on a barking spree at somebody, but
nothing aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, they're really good. The only thing that we have had as probably funny feedback, we rocked up to a campsite recently and the gentleman said, golly gosh, that's the first time ever I've seen a couple rock up to camp and start washing their dogs in front of their caravan. That is hilarious. So yeah, but we have to wash them. We wash them once a week usually, maybe sometimes twice a week, depending if we go to a beach, obviously.
Yeah.
And you'll see why, as you can see here with Rommel going into the sand. But yeah, essentially.
And they sleep with us, so.
Yeah, they sleep with us, so
they
have to be clean.
Sure, they're clean.
Same as our linen. We change our linen once a week as well to make sure it's nice and hygienic for us and the dogs as well. Yeah. Coming from the matrix versus living life on the road in terms of cooking and food. A big thing for us, I guess, when we was actually back in the matrix in normal life, we actually ended up eating takeaway quite a lot actually. So we were going out because there's lots of little Chinese restaurants, Japanese restaurants where we live.
Restaurants.
So we'd be out all the time, like going to different places and trying new foods and stuff as well. So it was actually really bad for it. It was actually spending way more money than we was comfortable with actually going out and eating out. So for us, this has actually been a really welcome change. So because we're actually eating and cooking on the road, in the van every day. So back in Tasmania, we bought a Weber and we were like, oh, I'd love to get out there and barbecue a lot more. But we did not use the Weber anywhere near the amount that we thought we would. And then since bringing it on the road, the weather's been incredible between Victoria and South Australia. It's been absolutely sensational. We've got out every day and used it, and we've cooked up some absolute mean feeds, and I'm learning a lot about cooking in the Weber as well. It's been an awesome experience in that respect. So
you're really good at using the Weber now.
Yeah, so you're getting better. You're learning about it as well, which is really great. So yeah, that's another thing. So we're in effect, we're actually saving money. We're spending a lot more time at supermarkets. Absolutely, we've probably spent more time at supermarkets than some attractions recently. The first 2 weeks, when you factor in the financial pressures and what we were sort of doing, we're sort of just going from campsite to campsite. We wasn't doing anything special. We wasn't like seeing amazing attractions or anything like that. We were still sort of, I don't know, running in the van as well and getting used to van life and understanding how all of that looks like, right? So having doubts creep into our minds in regards to what it may be like in terms of reality of van life versus, you know, living in the Matrix life. But it wasn't until we got to the Great Ocean Road. I remember driving down, going to the Great Ocean Road, taking photos and videos and whatnot, and then coming back and seeing the van, and I was like, there's our little house on wheels. Like, got back into the van, the dogs there greeted us, and it was just such an amazing experience. And that's when the reality hit. Like, we're on an adventure of a lifetime, and all of the doubts just went away. So, you know, you're going to have doubts. Some days you're going to have bad days, some days you're going to have good days, and yeah, but most of the days, I hope for you guys as well, will be good days, because for us so far it's been really good. Now, a lot of other people may even ask, why Triton and why MDC? Well, the thing is, we wanted to ensure that the setup that we purchased was relatable to everybody. And the fact is, we couldn't afford to go out there and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a Land Cruiser and a massive caravan setup. But the setup for us suits us extremely well. It is absolutely achievable. Buying a second-hand ute like a Triton or whatever else, and an MDC package van such as this is a perfect solution to anyone's need to get out there and go traveling. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. If you did enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to us. Again, if you have any further questions, please just reach out to us on Instagram. We would love to hear from you.